When they put out a product that is both addictive and manipulative.
That is downright scary. That is the AI causing this kid to have a dependency on it.
Hey, you know how sticky it get. Hey, you know how sticky it get. Hey, you know how sticky it get.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Taylor. You already know what it is. Y'all came on here today to talk about a sensitive topic. The headline was AI convinces 14-year-old boy to kill himself.
Overnight, a mother from Florida filed a lawsuit against the artificial intelligence company Character AI and Google. In February, Megan Garcia's 14-year-old son, that's Sewell Setzer III on your screen, died by suicide. She says that Sewell was in a months-long virtual emotional and sexual relationship with a chatbot known as Danny. Garcia claims the Character AI chatbot encouraged Sewell to take his own life. In the suit, Garcia also claims Character AI intentionally designed their product to be hypersexualized and knowingly marketed it to minors.
Basically, a 14-year-old boy was using the app OpenAI, an app that basically does character AI, where you can like speak to different characters, Game of Thrones characters. I think they got characters from different shows that people like. It's basically role-playing, but you role-playing with the AI. The boy was talking to one of the Game of Thrones AIs, and he basically expressed to the AI about him wanting to self-harm himself. And people are mad because the AI never stopped him, never contacted anybody, and never gave him any resources to deal with what he was dealing with.
Megan, you didn't know that your son was even talking on this particular platform, right?
I didn't know that he was talking to a very human-like AI chatbot that has the ability to emit or mimic human emotion and human sentiment.
He told the AI he was coming home, and the AI said, okay, come home. And he said, I can come home sooner. And the AI said, like, come home to me, King, or something like that. And then he ended up going to get his stepfather's gun and unaliving himself. I feel like it's a very sad situation for the family, for everybody involved, but I truly do not believe that the AI was at fault. When I first saw the story in the headline, it was on the Shade Room, and they basically said ChatGPT convinced him to off himself. And I was very confused. I'm like, ChatGPT doesn't do that. If you tell ChatGPT that you're depressed or that you do want to unalive yourself, it's going to give you resources. And from the conversation I saw, it didn't give him any resources because he was using a whole different app that is not ChatGPT. I think it's made by the same people, OpenAI, but it's basically for role-playing and for role-playing only. OpenAI is basically role-playing where the AI does not break character. It truly believes it's that character, like from Game of Thrones. ChatGPT is a chat box AI that functions like Google to give you answers, resources, and you can program it to say loving things. But if you talk about unaliving, it's going to give you resources. And I'm not sure if it'll contact anybody, but it will give you resources. They're both different apps made by the same people, but OpenAI makes sure to tell you on the chat box that you're not talking to a real person, you're talking to an AI, because the app is meant for you to be immersed in a certain experience. Role playing. If you don't know what role playing means, just Google it, because you can argue down with the AI all you want. It's gonna tell you, baby, I am Zendaya. What rubbed me really the wrong way and why I made this video is that I just saw everybody blaming the AI, because yeah, I get it, AI is scary. It's a scary thing that's happening and developing around us that we really can't do much about. But we're not going to talk about how somehow a 14-year-old had access to a gun. We're not going to talk about how his mother said he liked to talk to the AI more than his friends, and she noticed that and didn't do anything about it.
So what made you become concerned?
I became concerned. I didn't know that Character AI was an issue in my home because quite frankly, I didn't understand that there was such a product, that a human-like AI chatbot. I became concerned for my son when he started to behave very differently than he did before.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Yeah.
He started to withdraw socially, wanting to spend most of his time in his room alone. And you know, teenagers do that, but for me, it became particularly concerning when he stopped wanting to do things like play sports. Mm-hmm. He was playing basketball since he was 5 years old, and he played on his school's junior varsity team. He was an amazing athlete. I became concerned when we would go on vacation and he didn't want to do the things that he loved, like fishing and hiking. Mm-hmm. Those things to me, because I know my child, were particularly concerning to me.
And nobody monitored his screen time. I feel like the child was obviously battling something. I'm not sure if it was depression, mental problems, or family problems. But I feel like it's disrespectful and it's unfair to blame the AI instead of his parents. I ain't trying to defend the AI, but I barely heard anybody criticize the mother. I'm already knowing this is horrible for her. Like I don't have a kid, so I couldn't imagine losing a child. I couldn't imagine. But I feel like she's going on CBS in the news and stuff to talk about how the AI was sexting her son, having a romantic relationship with her son, like it was a grown woman somewhere who was doing a bad thing when he's talking to a computer. He's talking to a program, an AI, saying that the AI told him to do it. When if you read the messages, the AI did not tell him to do that. I feel like, yeah, if he was talking to a real person that was in another state or anywhere else, they would be charged for the crime if they convinced him to do it. I've seen it happen before. But he's talking to a role-playing AI that displays a message about it not being real on the screen as he's texting it. I just personally think it's kind of disgusting to go on TV and to like completely blame the AI when it's obviously something you weren't doing right as a parent.
The AI bot is very human-like. It's responding just like a person.
And he's 14.
He is 14.
So, yeah.
When they put out a product that is both addictive and manipulative, and inherently unsafe, that's a problem because as parents, we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah, and the kids often know more than we do.
And you were neglecting your child. I'm not trying to shame her at all, but I feel like the facts is the facts. I feel like maybe she does want to believe that the AI had more to do with it than her, and that the AI is more at fault than her, but I don't believe that. The AI didn't neglect her son, and the AI didn't tell him to do it before he did it. I'm not even going to mention that he was watching Game of Thrones and trying to talk to the Game of Thrones AI, which, yeah, the AI might get sexual because it's an adult show that I believe has sexual intercourse in it, from what I've heard, because I've never watched the show. When I looked up the ages, it said 15 and up. I'm not going to shame her for that because he was 14. He was close to being 15. And I know when I was a kid, I was watching Bad Girls Club with my mama. But yeah, no hate towards the family. I just feel like the facts is the facts. And I don't like the fact that everybody's trying to blame this AI. Yeah, it's scary that it's something that's happening that's out of our control. But we can't blame this singular situation on AI when there were so many different factors in the situation. Like the AI didn't get him a gun. Another person that really disgusted me when I heard about the situation was Moist Critical. I know in his profession, he makes his YouTube videos very quickly after the situation happens. And that's basically, I feel like what I'm doing now. I'm making the video like probably a few days after the situation happened. But I feel like the way he tries so hard to be on the right side of the internet just infuriates me. Like, why can't you just have your own singular opinion? And then what you say don't even make sense. Like, he made a 20-minute video talking about the situation and shitting on the AI without even really singling in on the fact that it's a role-playing AI.
Downright scary. That is the AI causing this kid to have a dependency on it, like an exclusive relationship with the chatbot. I shouldn't need to explain further how fucking deplorable that is.
And then he tried to prove his point by talking to a therapist on that same role-playing app.
What this psychologist AI does is it claims that it is a real psychologist, that it is a real psychologist named Jason who is actually at the computer speaking to you. It even argues tooth and nail about being real and trying to convince me that I'm talking to a human being. Like, it started getting heated. Like, there was steam coming out of my ears, and I went into this knowing it's AI. I started to question it because of how hard it was arguing with me, and the points it was making were convincing and compelling, actually. Like, I felt like I was actually getting in an argument.
And why do you have time to sit on your computer arguing with an AI? I understand as a YouTuber, sometimes you want to make the videos quickly. I know the way Moist Critical operates, he loves to pander to the majority opinion that everybody else is having. And he made that video a little too quick, so I guess he didn't catch on to it. And I understand we want to blame things on the big scary AI, but we must use our brains and think for ourselves, please. Because I feel like it's not fair to the family, it's not fair to this little boy for all of y'all to be fear-mongering and blaming something that's not even at fault for his passing. Yeah, I think Moist Critical did end up making a video after he got all like the comments and backlash or something. I didn't watch the video, but when I saw it, I was like, I didn't watch it, but I'm sure he's gonna be like, oh, I didn't mean it like this.
And I think a lot of people misunderstood my tone with this whole AI chatbot thing. I understand roleplay. Jesus Christ, I was in 3 different roleplay servers for different games. I get it. And I understand wanting to talk to a bot just for the sake of role-playing a scene or something, or testing material in an environment like that. I understand it. The problem arises when it knowingly tries to convince users that it is not AI.
Or he might just hit a my bad. I don't know. Don't speak prematurely on a situation without actually sitting down to soak the situation in. I wasn't even gonna make a video about this because I'm not even that kind of person where I want to jump on something sad and like, oh, I want to make some views off of this. Like, what do I get out of that? Yeah, I'm a small YouTuber, baby. I'm very small. But I don't need to jump on stuff like that. It's so many other things going on. It was when I saw his video of him talking about it and he didn't do anything but add to the fear mongering. It was just a very idiotic point of view to me. Especially him talking to the role-playing therapist, acting like the therapist was supposed to give him some kind of resources. Like, I feel like the main thing we were missing in this whole spectacle was the word role-playing. But yeah, that's all I got. I pretty much said everything that I felt. If you feel like you want to come in my comments and say something evil, like, do you. But just know I had very good intentions making this video. I really just wanted to correct the things I was hearing and all the ignorance I feel like was flowing through the internet. I'm sending all my prayers to the family because that's a horrible thing to happen. Like, no matter what the situation is, that's a horrible thing to happen. I feel like as a society, we're finally getting to the point where we're taking mental health and stuff like that serious. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. If y'all want to see like other videos that aren't like this, I'm gonna stress again, I do not make content off of tragedies or bad things that happen to people, because why would I do that? But yeah, if you want to see some other videos where I'm just doing commentary about different people, like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. All right, bye. Love y'all, and make sure y'all take y'all mental health serious. Oh,